Greetings, I'm Undone Builder, and this is a video on the art of good city design. Cities are often very difficult things to build on a 3D form. They're large, they're complex, they're often very random in the way they're designed, so I've put together this set of points that I find work best when designing a city on a 3D platform. I'll be using Roblox Studio for this video, but the ideas and principles that apply here should be able to be applied to pretty much any 3D modeling program. This probably goes without saying for most people, but your city needs an overlying theme. Without a theme, your city feels disjointed and disconnected from itself. Even in modern cities, they feel like they should go together. A way to achieve this is by reusing small assets like, say, a door or a window. By doing this, you give your city an overall unified feeling, even with a bunch of diversity throughout it. For this video, I'll be using a cartoon style for my build, and you can see how I reuse small assets here and there to give my city a unified feeling to it. Once you've settled upon a theme for your city, the next step is to find an outline. And I don't mean by drawing it out on paper or on a sketch program. In fact, some of my best work has been done completely free-handed. But what I mean is you need some overall unifying way to organize your city. And I strongly suggest using roads for this purpose. In all of my city designs, I always build a set of roads first, and then using that set of roads, I build some highways and streets, and then build everything else around those. This comes with a plethora of advantages. For one, if you want to change your design halfway through, it's a lot easier to move around a few streets and lanes than it is to redesign an entire city block based on a whim. Another unexpected advantage I've found is it gives your city purpose. Everywhere leads somewhere, and you're not left with a bunch of nooks and crannies that add nothing to your game and are just using up computer space. Another very important thing to keep track of when you're outlining your city is size. A study by the School of Life found that anything larger than 30 feet by 30 feet is considered inhuman and alienating. This is a very good rule to stick by when you're designing any sort of digital city. This not only comes with the advantage of making your city feel a lot more human, it also comes with the bonus advantage of reducing the lag considerably of your build. Smaller spaces allows you to add a lot more detail with a lot less strain on your computer than otherwise possible. Once you've figured out an outline for your city and design a building or two, it's very important that you then figure out how to have uniform variety throughout your city. What I mean by this is that your city should have a variety of design while still feeling like it should all go together. I mentioned this earlier in the video, and I suggest doing this by using several small assets, like say a window and a door, and reusing that style throughout your city. By doing this, you make it so that every building in your city feels like it goes with every other building. With its underlying design, no matter how drastically different the other buildings are, they feel like they go together and they fit together well. Every city has a skyline, and you need one. Even if it's as simple as a skyscraper in the distance, or a radio tower or construction crane, these things give your city depth and make it feel like it goes on forever even if it doesn't. This just adds that little extra bit of reality to your build. What is life without clutter? People are messy, and your city needs to be too. Things like random hot dog stands, benches, and overturned trash cans give your city life and make it feel like there's actually people living there and it's not just an abandoned ghost town. Plants. Every city has some. Be it well-planned potted trees or unwanted overgrowth, every city has some form of plant life throughout it. For your design, I suggest large, lush medians and well-placed potted trees and shrubbery. This gives your city color, life, and nature, all things that every good city needs. What is a city without life? It's the defining thing that makes a city, and it is the most important thing you can have when designing your own city. Without life, your city is dead and obsolete and will never feel like a true city. Even if it's as simple as parked cars or people talking, your city needs some form of life. If you don't have the skills or your program doesn't allow animated things, then simply have idle people or parked cars. Even this little bit will give your city the bit of life that it desperately needs. An extension of life, sound is the final touch that truly puts your city over the top. It gives your city true depth and immerses you in the design you've created. People talking, cars moving, sirens in the distance. These are the things that put the icing on the cake and make your build something to truly be remembered. And there you have it. You've designed a spectacular city, full of life, color, depth, and sound. I hope you found this video useful. If so, please share with your friends and like and subscribe.